Okay, today we're going up to a little ranch called La Garita. Going to be looking at some different tracks, and we just came off of Highway 12. There's a couple of miles of pavement, and then you got about 6.5 miles of this county graveled road to the properties, year-round access. They've got power to all the properties. And this just gives you an idea what Sarcillo Canyon looks like when you start driving up. Like I say, you go about 7 miles up here and then take a right to go into the ranch. You're only about 25-30 minutes from Trinidad and about 15 minutes from gas and a mom and pop grocery store along Highway 12, with about 25 minutes of to 30 minutes to get up to the mountain lakes or get over to, depending on which one you go to in these mountains, the public lands around. So I'll hit this drive a little bit more before we get to the properties here, so you can see what it's like. Okay, we've come about 6 miles up the canyon. We'll be taking a right off of Sarcillo Canyon Road here pretty quick. See how the pines get taller as you go up in elevation. These properties are sitting at about 7,000 feet, just a little above. It's like perfect year-round temperature, 50-degree average in the winter time. You get the snow, but it doesn't stick around. And then summertime, average 82 degrees, 80 degrees, 82 in Trinidad, probably 80 up here. This is 1,000, about 1,200 feet higher. That's the West Spanish Peak as you're driving up. There's National Forest and Wildlife area up there, and you get to it winding through the mountains this way, or going back down to Highway 12 and going around. So when you see that, and then you can see a pond there, and there's a house up on the hill. You're gonna come up here and take a right, the next right, after crossing that cattle guard. And the Spanish Peaks Wildlife Area, one of the entrances, 2,500 acres of it, is about 3-4 miles further up the road here. You know, 15 minutes from these properties. So you take a right here. So we took a right off of Sarcillo Canyon Road, County Road 30.1. We came west out of Trinidad on Highway 12 to Sarcillo Canyon, or 30.1, and took a right. Then we come up about 7 miles and take a right into La Garita. There's a sign right there too at that turnoff. And what I want to show you here is the firehouse, volunteer fire department. One of their firehouses is right here, and we take a right on that road, Spruce Lane, to go to the property. And you want to stay right. Firehouse. So and then we get up here and we stay right at these mailboxes, and then we're pretty much at the property. There you go. Stay right here, and we'll start filming property here. Okay, today we're in Rancho La Garita on track 39, and we're facing north. Top of the map is north. You can see the arrow and the topo on my website here. You can see this big grassy area right here. That's this. This track's 5 acres. The boundary line, the southern boundary line, goes basically right along that tree line for about 500 feet, and then goes along the back, and comes back up here to the front. This tract, you can see it's about half treed and with half grass. It'd be a great animal tract. And the owner of this tract bought, you see that 5? The 5, you can see the grass area. This is tract 77. It's hard to get to, but it gave this owner more privacy like they wanted. So that's 5 acres as well, I believe. So you have a total of 10 acres here. Let's just say this marries up like that on the back side of the track. So what we're gonna do is, well, I'll probably I'll follow this grass line, follow this tree line here. No, here. Excuse me. I'm all messed up. I'll follow the southern boundary line along the grass here, and then I'll take off on the back side and then come back through the trees back to the incoming road. You have year-round access here, and there is power within a quarter mile that you can have pulled to this property. So it's not very far at all. The ground's mostly usable with some variations, and then you got like half of it grass and then half of it with tall pines. It's a pretty lot. We'll see if we get any views of the mountains walking through this lot. So the back southeastern corner is just before you get to the out of the trees this direction. The actual property line. It's kind of hard to draw these. The corner's probably in the trees a little bit, but this would be the southern line going along here. I can see some fencing in the trees there, and the other portion of the lot, this will be the higher portion. The northern portion of the lot drops off a little bit going down there, but not real bad. Okay, this would be the southeastern corner pin where this neighbor's fencing comes up and hits. So the eastern boundary, we're facing north now. Eastern boundary takes off in this direction like that through the trees down to a corner, of course, then comes back up. And on this side, this is that track 77 I was showing you. I've got maps showing both of the lots put together, but you can see it's gentle going down through in here. The legal access for it, if you don't own this track, is around the bend and up the hill a little bit. And it's very narrow at the front. It comes to a point, actually. Just kind of wonder if you could legally make a drive in to it. I'm sure you can, but this is a nice track, plenty of trees. It's treed all the way down through like this to its triangle point where it ends at a cul-de-sac down there. So it'll be lot 77, and it's 5 acres, like I say. Pretty in there. So we are technically basically walking along the boundary between 39 here and 77. Okay. I can see the back boundary line. There's a fence in the trees back there. So there's a couple cabins down there. So I'll stay up here. But if you own that 77, you can get back here in this field, build something, and oh, you can see some of the sangres. You see the tips of them right in here. And this is the highest point of the property, so that'd be the most you're gonna get to see of those mountains. We're on 39. Okay, we've hit the northern boundary of track 39. It's fenced along the northern boundary, so that's easy enough to see. And the grass area is over there. 77's that way. Good tracks if you wanted to have some animals too. Really usable ground. We're about back to the main road. This is the interior of 39. I'm just staying along the northern boundary here. Big old tall ponderosa. And we're back to the main ranch road. That is the track next door over there. I believe it's 43. So we're basically at this corner right here, looking back into the track. Okay, we made it back to the ranch road. Like I said, we're about the northwestern corner boundary. And the owners at one time started putting some fence up. But the gate and stuff along the front here is not fixed up. But some of it's done. The northern boundary is fenced. The southern boundary is fenced to 77. And I would bet that both sides of 77 are fenced all the way down to the bottom. And you got some fencing along the southern boundary here. Okay. And we are through. Okay, there's the firehouse we saw when we first came in. So to get out of here, you just come out and take a left. And stay left at the Y. There's a yield. This is the way we drove in. We're going back to Sarceo Canyon Road. What I wanted to show you is it's really nice. This is one of my favorite drives out of here. Here's certain places where you're driving around where you get, you know, you get to see the mountains real pretty. So again, they're bigger than what I'm showing you, but I'm trying to drive too. So pretty field. Lots of moisture this year. I'm not zoomed in properly, but the mountains look bigger than what you're seeing in the video. It looks real pretty stuff. Like I say, get down here, you take a left, go to Highway 12, or you can take a right, and I've got county maps and stuff to show you all the roads up here in the county to get you to the mountains and the public lands. And like I say, the Spanish Peaks Wildlife Area is only 4 or 5 miles, taking a right at this road right here. And this is Sarceo Canyon Road. You take a left to go back down to Highway 12 to go to Trinidad. And there's the wildlife area sign. And there's what the La Garita sign looks like. Very good.